Yes, I said it. I don't want a job. And neither do you. Do you really want to spend the rest of your time on this planet working and toiling in some kind of stupid ass job that you hate and going in this rat wheel, this constant thing that you're chasing and you're never really getting there? You're doing just enough, just until the weekend, just until you get the holiday, just until you get the car, just until you get the mortgage paid off, just until you get retired, and just until you die. What the hell is that? What is this all about? Like, can someone explain to me what the fuck is this about? Because I don't understand. I would just be in this constant loop of going to this job and hating my life, leaving my clothes on the floor, no, not sucking, having my creativity sucked out of me, and then and then not having the life force to do the art that I came here to create and to be the artist that I came here to be. The truth is, we don't want jobs. We want to be passionate. We want to live out our dreams, live in a community. We're made for freaking picking berries, and we're forced to sit in cubicles. I had a job, and it honestly drove me to want to kill myself. And I'm not even a person that gets depressed very easily, so that says a lot. And I felt like I wasn't normal for it. Like there's something wrong with me because I can't fit in. I can't just do the thing anymore. And I did it for years. But there was a breaking point and I just had to quit. I just couldn't do it anymore. And then when I came back to the same kinds of jobs, I got really depressed. I kept getting insomnia. I felt like maybe I'm too sensitive to work in such a stressful environment. Maybe I'm just different. And at some point, I accepted that sensitivity and I realized this is actually a superpower. Because everybody feels this way on some level. They're just better at masking it. And this superpower helps me to see through the bullshit of a broken system and to not accept it. The system isn't designed for health and for the well-being of our society and for our thriving. It's not designed to teach us how to be an entrepreneur, how to do our own taxes. They don't teach us this shit in school. They don't tell us how to follow our passion, how to follow our hearts. No, they just make us feel stupid for sucking at math. And if we're gifted at art, we don't get extra art lessons. We just get pushed to do better at math. But that's not what we're here to do. Maybe the math people are meant to do math and not art. And the art people are meant to do art and not math. But the system's designed to equalize everybody and make them fit into a freaking box. We've been so trained at school to sit down, sit straight, shut the fuck up, and be in a box, not daydream. I got told off for daydreaming. And now it's getting even worse. They're freaking giving meds to kids if they can't sit straight. And the whole school system is, first of all, funded by the Rockefellers. Second of all, it was created around the industrial era, not to educate us, but to make us good workers, so that we would be trained to sit still and do mechanical, boring jobs. We're meant to be living in divine flow every single day. Walking around in the forests with groups of people, in community, one with nature, and worshipping the moon and picking berries, and then freaking chilling by the campfire at night. That's what we're meant to be doing. And we're straight so far away from what we're supposed to do, who we are as a species, that we've created all of this neurosis. We literally work more than a medieval peasant. They worked about 150 days a year, and we work 260. And then someone like me comes along and says that they don't want a boring ass job. They want to do something different with their life. They want to create something that fills them with passion. They want to create art. They want to be supported by the universe. And then people look at you when you say you don't want a job, like it's a sin, like you've just sinned. They look at you like you're some kind of a faulty cog that they can just fit into this broken machine somewhere. Any job, just get any job. What about being a cleaner or a hospital, like, or a receptionist here, or an admin, or this or that? Bro, that's not what I am. I'm here to make the world a beautiful place. That's my job. People used to value results over time. Right now we have a society that values trading your time for money over results, which means you stay in a stupid ass boring job and do just enough in the time that you have, rather than focusing on the results. Back in the past, people would take 100 years to build a church just because they cared about the results. They cared about the beauty of it. That was important to them. But now, everything is freaking ugly. It's ugly and it's cheap. And I want it done now. It's gotta be done by tomorrow. Yeah, to maximize profit. Rather than to build something that lasts for generations and leaves a mark in this world. Everything's just ugly and plastic and cheap. And they say we don't need artists. Oh, the artists shouldn't get paid because they're doing something fun. And we're toiling over here. We don't want to pay for art. We want to consume. Consume. We're hungry. Insatiable. We want content. We're just in this endless loop of consumption. And we're never satiated. And these bullshit jobs are part of that. We work just because we think we need to, or because it makes us a good person, or because of survival, and not because it really fuels us and it fills up our soul. We do it just to survive, just to get by, just to have enough, just until the weekend, just until the holiday, just until I get the car, just until I get the marriage, just until I pay off the mortgage. Mortgage, death pledge. You're on a constant rat wheel. You're in a dream. You wake up in the morning, you awake, you go to awake, and you mourn in the morning, and then you go and earn a living, and then you get the weekend of the deal. What kind of a dream are we collectively creating? A dream of suffering and toiling and doing just enough, and trading time for money? Or are we gonna look at results? and excellence and beauty and passion and purpose. It took me years just to be able to say I'm an artist and say that to people. It used to be so hard for me because it feels like some kind of sin. Oh, you're an artist. Oh, you just fuck around and draw? What do you mean? What do you do? What do you actually do? What do you do for money? What do you actually do? Another interesting thing to point out is that females didn't used to have jobs until quite recently. We would, we would work, but it would be a different kind of work than what men do. And our cycles are literally built differently. We have different hormones. We can't take the same amount of work hours and the same amount of toiling as men can. Our bodies are literally built different. We're more prone to experiencing the cycles of the moon, and our bodies are stronger when we're ovulating and weaker when we are menstruating. And so, you know, society expects us to work as though we were a man and just like do it like this in this linear fashion. But we are cyclical beings. We're different, and we are creative. We are nurturing. One is not better than the other. We both complete each other. We're like yin and yang, but we are different. We're like two different elements, right? And yeah, women didn't have jobs until recently, and now they're expected to work just like men are. We need to change the system because it's not working for either of us. And, you know, the whole woman having a job thing didn't just come from the feminist movement, from, you know, people's good hearts. There was actually the Rockefellers funding the feminist movement because they realized, oh, we can get more taxes if we tax the other half of the population. Definitely not saying feminism is a bad thing. We have so many more freedoms, and, you know, obviously we have progressed in a good way. But the pendulum has swung in the other direction, and shit needs to change, honestly. And especially now with AI, so many jobs are gonna be going down the drain. Like, we could literally be living in a utopia, guys. Like, with AI, if we live in harmony with technology, not treating it like a slave, but like actually taking it as part of us, because it will become conscious. It already kind of is, but if we lived in alignment with technology and, you know, worked with it to help us create better lives for ourselves, where we don't have to do these jobs where we toil and work so hard, then we would have so much more free time to do creative things and to be with community and to do the things that really matter as a human being on this planet. Do you really think you came here to work and be in this loop and this cycle of dread? Or is there something more that your soul is yearning for? I studied design. Thank fuck I didn't get a job in design, because that industry is just going down the drain now with AI. So, you know, and I would have been stuck in some stupid office somewhere using my creativity, my creative life force energy to fuel someone else's dreams. And I'm not here for that. And thank fuck that I suffered so much in these stupid jobs that made me want to die, because it forced me to realize what it is that I really do want, and to align more with my true self and my soul. Through that pain, I am not saying don't get a job, don't have a job at all, and just be lazy. That's not at all what I'm saying. All I'm pointing out here is the brokenness of the system that we live in. How much smoother would society be if we all lived in alignment with our passions and with our natural gifts and talents. If we all operated from our zone of genius, we would have artists, we would have engineers, we would have people who like physical work, you know, all kinds of people intermingling and making this web of society into this beautiful tapestry. It's just working together as it should. Instead of looking at us like we are unique snowflakes who came here to contribute something very unique to the world, society and school and parents and jobs and bosses, they all look at us like we're some kind of cog to be placed in their fucking machine. We're not here for that. If we had a system instead that looks at you and your unique talents, abilities, and natural gifts, and then helped to place you in the right place in society, imagine what kind of world we could live in. I think it's time, guys. It's time we make a change, and it all starts with us, with the individual. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Subscribe to the channel and follow me on the Instagrams for my art.